Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. This weekend is AwesomeCon in Washington, D.C., and the Library of Congress is getting involved with the Library of Awesome taking place this Wednesday, June 14th to Saturday, June 17th at the Thomas Jefferson Building on 10 First Street, Southeast in Washington, D.C. Tickets aren't required. It's being put on by the Library of Congress and basically has an amazing history of comics and comics art, and you can go check it out. When you walk in, you're immediately brought upon this Wonder Woman display exploring the design of Wonder Woman over the years, as well as some of the kick-ass women early Wonder Woman comics highlighted, such as Amelia Earhart and Clara Barton. It does some really cool jobs of not just exploring the history of Wonder Woman, but the history of amazing women. Next to that is just some fantastic comics that have basically shaped comic history. Amazing Fantasy 15. We've got X-Men #1, Love and Rockets #1, Watchmen #1, Superman #1. Just fantastic history of comics, and it's a great mix of new and old. I mean, seeing Love and Rockets on the same table as an X-Men #1 or Fantastic Four #1 is just unreal and just makes me so happy. The Library of Congress has done an excellent job of exploring the history of comics and not just one decade of comics. They've really mixed it up fantastic, and you can see it here with what they've chosen. The second room after you enter the main room is dedicated to Marvel Comics, and just like that initial room, it does an amazing job of important Marvel Comics throughout the ages. We have Tales of Suspense, we've got Avengers #1, but we also have the latest Mighty Thor with the female Thor. We've got Ms. Marvel with Kamala Khan. We have Storm #1. Comics that are only a couple years old, but have already had an amazing impact on the comic industry and Marvel Comics themselves. And you can really just see how things have changed over the years, exploring this room in just one publisher alone. And some great choices by the Library of Congress staff, and I applaud them for that. Once you're done with Marvel, you head over to DC. Very similar. We get Batwoman along with Batman, some great old comics like some classic Teen Titans action comics, Supergirl, Green Lantern, and some of the more Balthazar and Franco comics, as well as Dark Knight, New Gods, Kirby's Influence. After you're done with DC, it's the kid comics section with Archie Comics, Donald Duck, but there's also Powerpuff Girls and Princeless, a comic that's only been out a few years but has an amazing impact. But interesting enough, we have right next to Bone the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics, not something I really expect for that. As far as original art, we've got Little Lulu by Marge Henderson from 1942 and Pogo by Walt Kelly from 1951. After you go and spend your times in the kids section, it's off to sci-fi, where we see some great comics that explore that genre. Star Trek, some Star Wars, and The Walking Dead #2. For those who might not know, the Star Wars #1 from Marvel actually came out before the Star Wars film. And we not just have that, but also the recent Princess Leia. Along with the comics, we get some video presentations throughout the event. Now, for those who are in the Washington, D.C., it's not just this comic display that they've got. They've got some really cool events going on. They will have some cosplay demonstrations Thursday and Friday, events for young kids, costume contests, and more. You should go check it out at loc.gov. On Friday at 2 p.m. at the Coolidge Auditorium, Linda Carter speaks with librarian Carla Hayden. The interview will be live streamed on the library's Facebook page and its YouTube channel at youtube.com/Library of Congress. You should go check that out. The classic Wonder Woman will be in D.C. celebrating. And, of course, if you're in D.C., you should go to AwesomeCon, where the Library of Congress will be participating with a panel at 11 a.m. on Saturday, June 17th, Comics Conversation, Collections, Preservation at the Library, where the Library of Congress staff will discuss comic book preservation and what it takes for them to do what they do. As always, if you're into comic books, comic collecting, DC, Marvel, Princeless, and more, and you should check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. Of course, we're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.